It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. He's your only black friend, so he's your best black friend. I wouldn't trade him for another black friend, because black friends are rare, as you should be aware. He smiles like Richard Pryor, so just sit and stare. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler.
Tyler Preston 20 here, filling in for Mr. Epsilon. Apparently, every single last white person is wired to be racist. Because everybody knows that that's totally not racist, just definitely not racist at all. I just love that blank little stare that she has. It's just so incredibly innocent.
My Facebook was blocked again for a post that I did last year.
Considering that you think that all white people are wired to be racist, I'm not really surprised about that.
For a post last year. It's literally their excuse for it is some bullshit. The bottom line is I just posted something yesterday on Facebook asking why white women are dyeing their hair blonde to look like black Aborigines, as I've all showed you guys in the last video that I did. I showed you guys that blonde hair did not originate in Europe, nor is it a trait of Europeans.
Yeah, how dare those white devils want to change their hairstyle? I mean, it's not as if they're born blonde or just want to change their hairstyle because they think it's nice.
So anyway, but the reason that I have this up, this screen that I'm showing you, is that as you can see, it says that slavery may have altered black people's body chemistry. Some traumas, it is well known that some traumas, if you experience it for a long amount of time, it can be passed down to you intergenerationally, and it can be written into and alter your DNA sequences.
I'm pretty sure what happened 400 plus years ago just definitely affects my chemistry. I mean, those stuff that happened 400 years ago, I still feel the effects of it today.
Anyone that thinks hundreds of years of slavery and trauma and torture and rape and abuse and murder isn't going to have any effect on the victims of it and their offspring, anyone who believes that that isn't the case is literally mentally retarded.
Well, by your very definition, you're mentally retarded, so thank you for that insult. I just really appreciate it. During this part of the video, she shows a video clip of DNA being passed down from the slaves to the offsprings as proof that black people still experience slavery. Just because black slaves passed down their DNA to their offsprings does not mean that they experienced slavery. They literally had to be enslaved time to experience slavery during that time period.
Okay, so you saw that, and I think that's very interesting, you know, when you look at it, what's being passed down to you. So that can be certain attitudes, belief system. You see that things can be encoded into your DNA, which really does have a big effect on how you act. You know, the thing of it is it has a lot of big effects. The thing of it is, right now, black people literally act as if they're still in slavery.
No, just, no, I don't feel any kind of trauma that happened in the past. Just absolutely no.
And probably because a lot of this trauma has been passed down to them. Mentalities can be too. Look at the fact that a lot of black people have Stockholm syndrome. They find it acceptable to lay up with the descendants of the people who have enslaved and inflicted all this trauma on your ancestors.
Yeah, just don't actually, interact with white people. I mean, they're still the slave owners. I mean, they still support slavery.
So this is the question people should be asking, and I just challenge black people and white people to ask themselves. If we already know trauma can be passed down and it can begin to alter the DNA sequences of the victims of the trauma, what do you think can happen to the people who are enforcing the trauma?
That's right. There's just no non-racist white guy. I mean, those white guys are not racist. They're just genetically made to be racist.
What do you think was passed down intergenerationally to the descendants of the people who were enforcing the trauma?
You forgot to mention the fact that Muslims enslaved black people, that black people enslaved black people. Just every single last body out there have been enslaved at one point. We cannot assume that people are guilty by association because of what happened in the past. You know the story of Adam and Eve? Well, guess what? You're doing the block equivalent of that. Instead of saying that humanity is fucked over for all eternity, what you're trying to say is that white people are forever guilty of slavery. On a basic individual level, people are not guilty by association for things they have not done. Yes, there are some white racists out there. However, not every single last one of them is racist by association.
So that's what I want you guys to understand. If you really want to understand the psychology behind what's going on, then you really need to think not about how it's affecting you still today. You can think about that, but think about what type of people does it take to have to be able to carry that on for hundreds of years? What do you think they were passing down genetically and biologically and mentally to their children and their children's children and all of their descendants, to where you get to 2016 and you're still dealing with the same racial problems? What's been coded in their DNA? How is their DNA being affected? How is their brain being wired to show hate towards you? What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you.
I think I actually will pass on that. I hope you reptiles enjoyed this video, and stay awesome, you guys.